The first thing you want to do when you see this many words on a problem on the AP Calc test is just take an extra breath and remind yourself not to freak out. I know that a lot of people, especially math people, are like, where are all my numbers? And then they start freaking themselves out because they don't see a lot of equations or anything like that to work with on here. So first, take an extra breath, tell yourself it's probably not going to be that bad, and then go at the problem. So what do we really have here? This is telling us that we have a function f of t, and f of t gives the rate at which oil is leaking into the ocean, and then it tells us our units for that rate, gallons per hour. And then it tells us that t is measured in hours since 12 o'clock noon. So now that we know that, then we go and look at saying what the question is saying. Which of the following gives the meaning of this definite integral here in the context of this actual word problem? So we're really being asked, what is the meaning of this definite integral in terms of what this problem means? What we want to know out of here is that definite integrals are accumulation tools. That's what they are good at. That's what they do all day. They are good at giving us the total amount of something. So when we know that much information, we really can start crossing off some of these answers pretty quick. So D, you can see, uses this terminology, average rate of change. Average rate of change, that's slope talk. That's not anything having to do with what we're looking at here. So I'd throw that away. I see average rate of change on E. Again, that's talking to me about slopes. I don't want to know anything about that, so I'm going to throw that out. Then looking through A, B, and C, I see language that I like on A, total. I see language that I like on C, total. And then we're not looking for the net change. Again, when I see change, change is about sort of a derivative usually. So here, I'm not looking for that. I know that B is probably not going to be what I want either. So I'm going to throw all those options out, and then I'm going to come back and see if A or C makes the most sense and is one of my answers. Now what you want to do is sort of a units game. So f of t, what were the units of f of t? Well, they told us that f of t is in gallons per hour. So I'm looking at gallons per hour. And then I know that t is also measured in hours, right? So then this would be hours for my dt piece. And if I do sort of a unit conversion style move, hours cancels with hours. And so what I know I'm looking at right now is going to be total gallons. So I know that's what I want. And so total gallons, total volume, right, in gallons, that's what I'm looking for here. And again, gallons per hour would have told me that that's definitely not a good answer on B if I was still kind of holding on to that one. Then I say, well, what's the only difference between A and C? Well, the only difference between A and C is whether or not we're talking about 11 hours or afternoon, or whether we're talking between 3 p.m. and 11 p.m. So here we just want to remind ourselves what that T represented. T measured in hours since 12 noon. Well, 3 hours since 12 noon is telling us that that is 3 p.m. 11 hours since 12 noon tells us that that would be 11 p.m. And so what we know is that we would be looking at option C right now because it's between 3 p.m. and 11 p.m. and not through the first 11 hours. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please click that like button and subscribe. And also share it with your friends and anyone else you know who might be crying about an upcoming AP Calc test. You can find more videos from me, more sample AP Calc questions, and my complete AP Calc study guide over at my website, apcalcprep.com. Have a great one.